If y'all thought I was gonna do this without dressing up, you was dead wrong. Set the scene. Kamala, I'm nervous. Joe's political partner let out a long, suffering sigh. Probably rolled her eyes too, but he wouldn't know, given that she was on the other end of the phone. We've been preparing for weeks for this debate. You said it yourself, he's probably gonna half-ass it anyway. It's not about the debate. Static crinkled over the line. Joe looked up, his eyes trailing over the mass security team, doing their last-minute checks before he and Donald walked on the stage. Together, reunited again. What about what you told me? I thought you said that was a one-time thing. It was, but I'm weak when it comes to him. He let it go unsaid though. No one needed to know the deepest, darkest desires of his heart. A secret like this could mean his downfall. No one could know. No one could ever know his true feelings. You'll be fine. Joe closed his eyes, shaking his head. She just didn't understand. Mr. Vice President, one of the security guards said, and Joe looked his way. We're ready for you now. Good luck, Joe, Kamala said in his ear. Thanks. He hung up and turned his phone on silent before he walked up to the partition, taking care to slip his mask off and fold it in half. He looked up as he stuffed it into his left breast pocket, his eyes falling on him, Donald, his Don. Ah! I need a bucket. I don't have a bucket. His Don. Ugh. No, he couldn't let himself think that. Donald's puffy eyes met his, holding his gaze almost tenderly, but that might have just been him getting his hopes up. When Donald looked away, Joe let out a breath that he didn't realize he'd been holding. Why was he so mesmerizing? Why would he ever get over that one night? Sorry. It was months ago, and he knew he was just Donald's rebound when Vladimir broke up with him after he cheated on him with John Gunn. But still, his touch, his saggy orange man boobs, the way his hair flipped when Joe blushed bright pink. No, he couldn't think that way about that right now. Not when they were about to debate. They were enemies, he told himself, like he had so many times before. Enemies. They could never truly be lovers. Chris Wallace called them out, and the curtain pulled away to let Joe through. He took a deep breath, steeling himself for what was about to come. So, I think there's like a bit of a time skip. You didn't have to call me a clown. Rude. I thought you knew I was flirting. Ha! You still think I want to be with you? Ridiculous. I was right. You're not very smart at all. Tragic. Jill and I send our thoughts to President Trump and First Lady Melania for a swift recovery. We will continue to pray for the health and safety of the president and his family. He stared at the tweet, tapping his thumb at the edge of his phone. The doctor's office he was in was silent, other than the rattling of the fan above him and the crinkling of the paper sheet on the bed when he shifted. He had tried to warn Donald multiple times, but he was stubborn, foolishly abandoning his mask. It was a tragedy, really, one that he had hoped wouldn't have lasting consequences. The door handle turned, and Joe looked up and when it clicked open. Dr. Weinreich breezed in, looking at the chart in his hand. Good news, Joe, she said, her eyes crinkling a little in the corners when she looked up at him, a surefire sign that she was smiling. Your test came back negative. Jill's too. Joe let out a long sigh, nodding. Okay. You'll have to come back in a week just to make sure, so until then, I would stay home as much as possible. All right, will do. He gathered up his belongings and returned to his wife in the waiting room. Together they headed home, dreading a week of quarantine. The campaign would have to be run remotely, for now. He held live-stream rallies from his living room nearly every day, joined by Kamala, Pete, and Bernie, who were all eager to support him so that they could take down Trump. But if only they knew. At night, after Joe would go to sleep, Joe would turn on Fox News, getting his latest update on Donald's condition. Even now, Chris Wallace said, shaking his head in disbelief, he refuses to wear a mask. It's insane. The week passed, and his wife's and his staff's tests came back negative again. They were in the clear to begin campaigning in the earnest once more. And so they did, holding their socially distanced meeting, answering questions of the constituents, I don't know that word, who came to see them, promising that he would reinstate the change that he and Barack had worked so hard to achieve for 8 years. But still, at night, when the world went quiet and dark, his mind wandered back to Donald. He wasn't doing any better. In fact, he was only getting worse, if the reports on Fox News were to be believed. Tears stung his eyes as he rolled over onto his side, staring at the blinking 1:51 alarm clock on his nightstand, the only light in his room, much like his Donald. Message in 1723. Can you come? I'd like to see you. Respond 1731. What for? 1733. Don't make me say please, you know I won't. 1731. The White House. Come through the back. I'm in our room. I swear to fucking God, I didn't read the tags. I didn't read the tags. If something happens, I'm gonna yeet my phone. Fuck. I should have read the tags. It wasn't easy to sneak into the White House grounds. It never had been, especially now. Luckily, given the fact that he had been vice president for 8 years, he knew the weak spots of the security detail. He pulled his Make America Great Again out of his glove box, slipping it on and glancing at himself in the rearview mirror. If anyone saw him like this, it would be all over. But it was the only disguise he could think of in such short notice. Besides, it had worked last time, so why would that change today? He raced across the grounds, out of sight of the waiting reporters, and into the kitchens. Dinner was being served, so he was able to slip right in, unnoticed. "All right," the chef called out, finished drizzling sauce over the still sizzling steak. "Someone needs to take this up to the chief." "I will," Joe said, snatching the tray and heading upstairs to the room where it all began. He knocked lightly on the door before reaching for the handle, letting himself inside. Donald looked up, surprise glimmering in his tanning goggle accented eyes. "You came," he said softly. Joe smiled, letting the tray down on the desk before he sat beside him on the bed. "Melania, Putin, John Gunn, what the fuck is that? They all refused to come see me, but you came." "Of course I did." He let his gaze wander over the haphazard straw-like toupee, his unnaturally russet skin, his always puckered lips before he met his eyes once more. "Wild horses couldn't keep me away from you. You know that." He reached out, hesitating for a second before he cupped Donald's withered, leathery cheek. "How are you feeling?" "Bad. So bad. The worst out of everyone." Joe nodded sympathetically, his thumb brushing back and forth on his cheek. "I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything I can do to help?" "Just hold me, please." Why? Joe's eyes widened. It was quite a rare occurrence for Donald to use that word, so he settled beside him in bed, arranging the covers around him before he reached around to wrap him in a tight embrace. Donald's head settled against his chest, the scent of his bubblegum 5-in-1 shampoo, conditioner, body wash, toothpaste, face wash, wafting up to him. "You love me. Fake news or real news?" He pressed a kiss into the crown of his head, quietly spitting out the fake hair of his mouth before he said, "It's real, Donald. It always has been." Donald relaxed then, and together they drifted off to sleep. Joe woke up when a chill washed over him, and he realized that Donald, had died in his arms. Tears sprung to his eyes, but he blinked them away as he released his one true love and slipped out of bed. He couldn't be caught here with Donald dead. So, as much as he wanted to linger, to say his last goodbye, he ducked out, finding his way back outside and into the night. It seemed much colder now that his son had been laid to rest. He wasn't sure if he'd ever find warmth again. That's how it ends! Okay, that was 1,458 words, so I have 500, nope, wait, yeah, no. Yeah, 1,042 words left to read. Jong-un. Oh, was Jong-un Kim Jong-un? Oh. They didn't do the dash thing. They put it together, so I read it wrong. Oh. I mean, Kim Jong-un is a fucking dictator, fucking son of a bitch, so I'm not mad I got his name wrong, but I felt that, now that I know who I'm talking about, it feels kind of racist. And like, just because I don't like someone doesn't mean I should be racist. So I'm sorry that I got his name wrong, I guess. I don't like the idea of apologizing for that, but yeah. Why is there a happy ending to this? Fuck you! This is really close to it, but the tags are concerning, and so that's gonna be a last resort. Why the fuck is there a 16,000 word fic? It's 16,500 words, but what the fuck? You know what, if you guys want me to read that 16,500 word fic, it's $10 for every 1,000 words I have to read. It's a direct correlation to like how money works. Like $10,000, 1,000 words, 1 1 and 3 zeros, you know? So, yeah. So if you want me to read that 16,000 word fic, 16,500 and... Where is it? 16,512 words. So that would be 165 and 12 cents. Oh god, this is the closest one. I'm not looking forward to writing this. Reading this. Nope! Fuck you! Oh! I have to do this! I have to! I was paid to do it! I have to! Fuck! I glanced down and saw something that made me want to throw my phone. For the simple fact that... I can't believe I'm doing this. Set the scene. Biden was nervous, fiddling with his fingers and adjusting his face mask. Why had Trump called him out so late? The time was 21:24, and Trump had informed Biden that he'd be visiting his office, though he was to come at around 21:32. Biden decided to wait here early to have some time to compose and prepare himself. He was thinking of all the different possibilities: to attack him, imprison him, persuade him to drop out of being the next president before the presidential elections. There could have been so many reasons, but I'm reading that right. There could have been so many reasons, but the one it truly happened was something he least expected. What? Biden was confused upon hearing the words of the other man. Trump sighed. I said I loved you. In a romantic way? He furrowed his eyes. Or not. That's all there is to it. What do you mean, you, I, what? It's simple. I like you. He sat across from Biden in his chair. Want me to say it in another language? Want me to say it in other languages? Aisteru, te amo, je t'aime. How many times do I have to say it to you? No, that's just not what I expected. Biden adjusted his tie. And I didn't think you were bold enough to test out such an obvious lie on me. I'm not gonna drop out of the presidential election. Final. He looked sternly at Trump and the room fell silent as Trump stared in shock. Now, is there any other reason you called me out here? Or may I leave? Biden was about to stand up, but Trump spoke up. It's not a lie. He pouted. He pouted. Why won't you believe me? Well, we're rivals for one. We definitely can't get together. And I don't feel that way about you. Aren't you homophobic? Biden sighed. Trump frowned. Oh, but I truly do love you, Joe. Oh, God. I truly do love you, Joe. Heart. And that was just a lie, of course. I'll be gay if it's for you. Right, call me Biden. Right, Biden. Heart. Trump corrected himself. Well, anyways, I suppose I'll just have to get you to love me. Even if it takes so long as after the presidential debates. Trump pondered. I wonder how I'll get Joe to love me. Well, it can't be impossible, he thought to himself, excited for the following days after trying to get Biden to love him. Biden couldn't take Trump seriously. No, thank you. I don't want you pestering me. I'll be busy when I'm president. Oh, God. Trump pulled down Biden's mask and kissed him on the cheek before leaving. I'm still gonna be president, though. I love you. Make sure to visit me tomorrow at my office, honey. Heart, heart. And with that, he ran out the door. Why does this exist? What an unusual guy. Biden rubbed his cheek, taking the marks of the kiss off before standing up to wash his cheek at the sink near him. I'm sure he's homophobic, and he hates me. He sighed. Geez, the ideas some people have to go to power. Truly bizarre. It was late at night, around 1:24, as Biden rolled over for the 5th time in the last hour already. He couldn't sleep. He was thinking about Trump's words. Isn't he so homophobic that this should make him sick, even faking? Maybe it's genuine, he stopped himself. Of course not. But anyhow, maybe he's developed a tolerance by now? Biden was so awfully lost at this. His rival had confessed to him, and he couldn't tell whether it was a lie or not. The thought stayed in his mind for many of the following days. Trump didn't visit again for a few days, though. And though Biden just thought he was busy being a president candidate and all. So Biden left it and eventually forgot that it was himself who was to visit the other. Soon later on the news, it mentioned Trump seemed down, and he instantly remembered, oh my, I was to visit Trump yesterday. I must have forgot, Biden facepalmed. Better late than never, Biden thought as he swung on his jacket and left the building. Biden reached the cafe. Though it was a day late, he felt like he should just still go just in case. To his surprise, Trump was there. It seemed he had actually decided to come again just in case Biden came the next day. Biden! Little squiggly line. Trump called out to him. Biden frowned. Why did I decide to come again? He thought. I could have just not come. Hey. You know, I've been super down. I really thought you wouldn't come. He rolled his eyes. Gee, you got confessed by someone as great as me, yet you decided to miss our date, he yelled. Date? He wasn't sure he heard Trump correct. Joe Biden. Biden corrected. Biden. And Trump cleared his throat. Yes, this is a date. Did you not read the note I gave you? And with that, he reached into his coat pockets. Oh, I must have forgotten to give it to you. No matter. He sighed, but when he looked up, Biden was walking swiftly away. Nope. I am not going on a date with an orange. Biden thought to himself, reluctant that he'd even decided to show up, but Trump spotted him in time. Biden, stop running away. He frowned and held hands with Biden. Biden shuddered and pulled his hand away. No, thank you. Please refrain from touching me. Joe Biden glared at Trump. And gosh, will he ever wear a mask? And he says he cares about this country's health. Biden sighed. Well, I'll be on my way. What? I'm coming with you, then. You keep rejecting me. You're so mean. I swear to God if he says notice me, senpai, I will throw my phone. He exclaimed. Gosh, just do not. Leave me alone. Biden was so close to snapping. He didn't enjoy the other man's company. How about no? I'm not leaving your side until you agree to go on a proper date with me. Trump whined. Piss baby. Piss baby. Biden scowled at Trump as he thought that. I will never go on a date with you, Trump. Oh, just wait and see. You'll love me one day. I won't give up. He grinned before yawning and checking his phone. Oh, something annoying came up. See you. He sighed and walked out of his office. Cafe. Yeah, bye. Biden replied, relieved Trump left him. Now that I think of it, doesn't Trump have a wife? He pondered, exiting the building. Thank God that was it! I'm gonna have to edit all of this. I'm gonna have to... So how do you like my makeup? Usually I have my camera facing me, but this doesn't have like a front screen. I'm not used to this. This is gonna take me forever to fucking edit. I'm not used to this. I don't know how to do this. So yeah, the link in the description is going to be like a link to like all my other links. If you want me to do more of this, just donate to one of my money apps, Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo, and just write a note on it saying what you want me to read. I think I'll venture outside of just Trump Biden fanfiction. Just tell me the ship, I guess. Like I said, $10 for 1,000 words, direct correlation. If you want me to read something extremely specific, like a specific fic, if you want me to read fanfiction outside of this, you can leave a comment saying that you've donated, or you can DM me on Instagram. I don't really upload very often. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you like any of my other content, I don't know why you would, but thank you. I'm most active on my TikTok, but yeah. I'll try to upload more often. I'm sorry I haven't. Thank you for watching me slowly die on camera. I'm gonna have to edit this. I'm sorry, future me. So, bye, I guess.